You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all fucking day. Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Bro Down Podcast. I'm Tim Fulton.
And I'm Andy Smith.
And this is the fight recap.
Recapping UFC 244. The bad motherfucker title.
The bad mother effers.
All right, let's jump into it.
All right, let's start off with actually a prelim fight. Corey Anderson versus Johnny Walker.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, this one was fucking
Awesome.
Whoa.
This was an amazing start.
Yeah.
That probably not a lot of people caught that they should have.
Yeah, it probably went the complete opposite of how they thought it was going to go if it ended in a knockout. Johnny Walker got caught early, and I think he tried to clown him a little bit after he got caught. Bad move. Corey Anderson's volume.
Nope. Did not
fucking
work.
Finished him on the ground.
Did not work out the way he had planned.
No, but
Anderson
Johnny
had a little fire in him.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was talking shit right afterwards.
He was.
And all that. I guess okay. Johnny Walker, he's still real young. He's very inexperienced when it comes to, compared to some of the guys that he's fighting. He just had an explosion because of the way that his fights have ended and how he's performed. But what I did not like was his left shoulder that he dislocated and injured a couple fights ago. Or last
That was
fight.
the one he injured while celebrating, right?
Yeah, but he has a giant scar on it now, which I don't know what the injury was, but I would think that the UFC doctors, if they did it, they would have done it orthoscopically, but it looks like they did it old school where they opened up his entire shoulder. I mean, okay, but that is
a little weird.
Yeah, I would like to know what the fuck they did and what the injury actually was. But yeah, Corey Anderson fucking knocked out Johnny Walker, and he was still looking to fight someone after.
Oh, yeah, he was. I don't know what his deal was, and it was funny because they were saying that he's normally such a reserved guy.
I think it's because he feels like he doesn't get credit or talked about enough for his performances.
Well, he's going to probably start to be talked about because Johnny Walker, they were aiming him to be the next up-and-comer.
If he won, because of the streak he was on, and he's an exciting young guy. He's got the fucking crazy hair. He says weird shit. But yeah, Corey Anderson. KO.
You're on our radar. All right, then we have Kevin Lee versus Gregor
Gillespie.
Thank you. Another one-rounder.
One of the hardest head kicks I've ever seen land.
I actually was nervous after the fact.
Yeah. I didn't pull my hands away from my face
a while.
Until they saw him sit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was going good. Kevin actually had a nasty cut over his left eye in the first round.
Did he?
Yeah, I think it only went one round.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I believe he had a cut over his left eye. He opened him up, and Gregor's no fucking joke, dude. I think he was undefeated.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I think he was 13-0.
Yeah,
something
cardio
like
machine. Really tough opponent. Good wrestling, and Kevin Lee is a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, put him away hard.
Yeah,
He dipped into the shot too.
Yeah,
and then he
I saw
landed
that.
think punch, and he landed against the cage. It always looks horrible like that, like a dead body fell.
That's why I froze. I was like, oh God, please don't.
Yeah, I think he needs to take a long rest after this one. But yeah, congrats to Kevin Lee. He's back in the win column there.
Good job, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Then we have Derrick Lewis versus the Russian, whose name I'm going to butcher.
Blagoy Ivanov.
This was a heavy back and forth, and I know people aren't going to agree with me, but I fucking love heavyweight matches. It's funny because the first two fights that we really paid attention to, first round knockouts, but the heavyweight ones are the ones where you're expected. There's just such power behind them that you're just at any moment.
Yes,
you're waiting for a guy to just fall.
That's what makes the heavyweight division so interesting. Is that at any point, most of those guys in the heavyweight division, pretty much everybody, can end the fight with one, maybe two punches, and can change the whole feel of the fight. So this one, I thought for sure maybe somebody was going to get knocked out, if any of them, and it went to decision.
Yeah.
Which was the start of the weird night.
It was the start of the weirdness.
Derrick looked a lot thinner than he normally does, but his output wasn't as crazy, which is hard to tell if his cardio was better. It seemed a lot better, but his output was also lower. So I don't know whether his cardio got better or he just got better at pacing himself in the fight.
It could be a mix of both.
Yeah.
He definitely seemed like he was playing it smart a little bit. I think in the second round, he was on his back for a while. He almost, I don't want to say, when did he?
Second round.
The second
he got
round.
him in the key lock.
Yeah, when he got up, he showed fire. He was pissed.
Yeah. He threw some good shots.
It's almost like he was on reserve the entire time, and that was like one moment where he just let himself release.
Yeah, normally when Derrick lands some of those shots that he landed on Ivanov, that's the end of the fight.
Yeah.
Or at least they're dropping to the ground. He's a tough motherfucker. I mean, I guess you have to be to get stabbed in the heart, take like less than 2 years off, and then come back to professional fighting.
Dude, true fucking story. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's got a hole in his chest and his neck from it. So,
if you want to prove
tough
you're a
guy.
bad motherfucker,
Yeah,
just get stabbed in the chest.
this one was a great fight.
This, I think, is my fight of the night. For the second round.
Stephen Thompson versus Vicente Luque. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, Stephen Thompson, this is why I picked Stephen Thompson for this fight, was because he was coming off some hard fights, and I thought he was going to be very motivated to get after it, and you could tell against a guy that's tough as fuck like Vicente. Like,
Dude.
the guy just eats shit and just doesn't give a fuck.
Dude, it was incredible to watch.
Yeah, and he was landing... Like, he was in and out. I mean, Stephen Thompson got caught a couple times, but you're gonna against a guy of Vicente's caliber.
Yeah.
And he got maybe rocked or like a little bit stung a couple times, but Jesus Christ, in the second round, Thompson was laying it on. In the third round too. Yeah. I thought there was a couple times that they were gonna stop the fight.
I thought so too, because it's funny, they're supposed to stop it when someone's no longer intelligently defending themselves, and I don't think that was wholly true with him Liu Kang, but there were moments where like all he could do was back up and protect his head.
Yeah,
right? It wasn't even like a serious like he's going at his face nonstop. He just like had to catch himself.
Yeah, and you also have to keep in mind that sometimes intelligently defending yourself is covering up.
Yeah,
and it's not throwing shots when you're compromised. It's trying to regain what you're bearing. So
that's valid.
I think he was still in the fight. There was never a spot where he was completely out of the fight.
I agree.
I see what you're saying though, because it looked like he was being battered, but then every time when he was getting battered to a certain point, he would come back and throw something.
He would throw a counter. Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah, but Stephen Thompson, that was a phenomenal performance, and that is kind of how I was thinking he would come out if he was on his game.
Yeah,
would be hungry, but even then, he kind of let him off the hook a couple times when he was hurt because he's just a fucking nice guy,
dude. And that's one of the things I love about these matches, because like they were such good opponents. I don't know. It just like it makes me happy when I see two guys like genuinely enjoying a fight.
Yeah, for
the sake of the fight, but like still not hate each other. I don't know.
Yeah, that one to me should be performance of the night by Stephen Thompson.
I agree.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, good to see him back in the win column. Tough fight for Luque though.
Agreed. All right, up next we have
Kelvin Gastelum versus Darren Till. This is a weird one. This is a weird one to score.
It was a weird one to score. It was much slower paced than I was anticipating.
Yeah, it started off. Everyone, they were moving quick. They were both landing leg kicks and shots, but it got to the point where both of them seemed like they were canceling each other out.
Yeah,
I mean, they definitely landed a lot of strikes, but it just felt like for the movement and the way that the pace was going, seemingly not a lot was going on.
Yeah.
Especially I think in the second round, it just seemed like they would be feinting a couple, like a leg kick or maybe like a straight or something. Then they would clinch and nothing would happen. Or Kelvin would, go to shoot and or dip for a takedown, and then Till would just get under him and they would clinch up. Yeah. It was weird.
It was a little weird. I think one of the problems, and what do I know, but like they were both landing such strong leg kicks in the first two rounds that I think by the third round they were both having.
For sure, problems. They were wearing those leg kicks.
Plus, I don't know what the fuck was going on with Till, but something was up with his cup.
He got low blowed in the first round,
but I think there was something going on even before that.
Yeah, well, he got low blowed, and I think what happened was it either shifted the cup or it fucked up something with the holster.
It had to have.
Yeah, because the ref asked him, "Are you okay?" He's like, "No, I'm fine." And we went back to his corner. His cornerman asked him, "Do you need us to adjust it? Or do you need us to fix it?" Yeah. He's like, no, it's fine. But it kept giving him problems to the point where he had to adjust it almost like mid-exchange.
Yeah. And I don't know. It was just super weird. It's weird thinking about like, oh, I hope that guy's cup's okay. But like in all seriousness, like that could really fuck you up. Like,
yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Um,
Either way, he pulled off the win. I'm happy with.
I thought they were going to give it to Kelvin.
You really?
Yeah.
See,
Because of the
think so.
takedowns. As brief as they were, I thought they were going to give it to Kelvin because it was so close that those takedowns might have mattered between the rounds.
Don't forget, Till did get takedowns too, though. It happened early on in the third round, but he got 2. He caught the leg twice, and he took.
He didn't take him. I don't think they counted those as takedowns, though.
I think they counted at least 1.
That was for Gastelum. Because Gastelum took him down 2 times.
Yeah, that I know, but I think they did count Till's takedown as 1 in the early rounds. Because I remember thinking Rogan was going over and they were like naming takedowns.
Okay.
And I remember thinking.
Yeah, I thought, and when I heard the scorecards, it said the one judge had it 30-27 for Kelvin.
Yeah.
Which, again, very close fight. So, you know, either way. But when you have 3, this is what they're talking about, the judges. When you have 3 judges, one of them scores it all 3 rounds for Kelvin, and then the other 2 give it to Till.
Yeah.
We need answers. We need to have those guys sit down and be like, explain to me why you thought why he won.
Yeah.
That we need that. They brought up something in the live commentary where they said that they think that the round should be posted during the fight after the round is over. Who won the round, and the names of the judges should be accounted with those scores.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah, accountability. Because do you know any judges' names? I don't. I just know a lot of them suck.
We certainly would learn their names.
Yeah.
But not just accountability, but somebody brought up a good point that could you imagine if Kelvin knew going into the third round that he was down 2-0?
Yeah.
Because your entire outlook would change.
But that's also, I mean, that's how fighting's always been. You've never known what you are going into the rounds. That's kind of what makes it more exciting because
you don't know.
Yeah, because it's almost an unfair advantage to a certain extent. I guess not an advantage, but if you're going in, you know you're up 2 rounds, you just skate. You can just run away, disengage.
That's true.
Get a takedown, hold them, make them stand you up, burn the clock.
Yeah.
Run the clock out. And then on the other hand, you know that if you're iffy about the first 2 rounds, it's a hard fight, and then you know that, oh, I'm down a round or I'm down 2 rounds, well, I'm just going to fucking go after it.
Yeah. Go
when you normally might not have fought like that.
Go guns blazing.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I have to think about that.
Yeah, I can see it both ways though.
Yeah.
It's a little
I have to think about that. All right, on to the fucking nightmare.
Last but not least.
Yeah, Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. Great fucking fight until it was horrifically stopped.
Yeah.
Masvidal pieced Nate up.
He did.
He pieced Nate up. I don't think we've ever seen Nate outgunned the way we saw Masvidal outgun him.
No, I was really excited to see him in the 4th and 5th round.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Because of his cardio, yeah.
Because of his cardio. I was hoping that those would be the rounds he exploded. I'm sure a lot of people were. But it definitely in those first 3 rounds, he was getting tuned up.
Yeah, and even in the first 3 rounds, though, like, Nate usually puts the pressure on him, on his opponents and wears them down so that by the 4th and 5th round they're tired. He wasn't able to do that to Masvidal.
Yeah, Masvidal did seem like he had a lot left.
Yeah, granted, the first round went the worst that it could have went for a while for Nate.
I thought it was going to be stopped.
Yeah, he caught that nasty kick to the face on the front of the instep of the foot, and it ripped his face open. Nate's got a lot of scar tissue from being cut over the years, and the craziest thing is that he had the cut the whole fight.
Yeah.
He had the cut from round 1.
They showed it in between rounds, and
yeah, I thought that they were going to bring the doctor in after the first round to check it. I don't know if they did or not. I didn't see the corner.
Yeah.
But like they were talking about it, and it sounds worse when you say it out loud after the fact, but you're like, oh, we've seen worse cuts. But at the end of the day, it is the fighter's safety that's involved. And he was, cut from the outside of the orbital bone all the way over the top to where it was kind of hanging over a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think they were worried that if it went any further, he might have to have that. I don't know. But the fight was stopped from a cut that happened in the first round. I mean, it probably got a little bigger and more swollen.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it did seem like it was giving him problems in the third round. He was wiping his eye from the blood.
Yeah, and again, when it comes to the referee, the doctors, and the judges, their job is not to consider who it is really. I mean, it is kind of, because they should know who is involved basically, so that they know the level of toughness they're dealing with. If somebody that takes a body shot, and it's like, oh, he goes down on purpose because he doesn't want to take damage. That's something that you should know, because if, like Nate, when he got dropped the second time in the second round, he went down because he got stunned. He didn't get knocked down. He got rocked, and he went down on purpose to protect himself because he doesn't mind going to the ground.
It was a strategy.
Yes. So, but a lot of other guys, if they do that, it's because they're hurt. And they, like, obviously Nate was hurt too. But you got to have to know the fighter a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it shouldn't really matter. If you're going to stop a fight because of a cut, you're going to stop a fight because of the same cut for everybody. Not, oh, well, this guy's extra tough. You know what I'm saying? As a doctor, that's not your job. Your job is to look at the cut and be like, is this bad enough to stop?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how tough you are. I don't care that it's for the baddest motherfucker on the planet belt.
Yeah, the ref can't say, oh, he's fine. He's Nate Diaz. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can't look at it like that.
But we do find ourselves saying that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is not the first time Nate's been cut in a fight. He gets cut every single fucking fight.
Yeah, but that's why we're not the doctor.
Exactly. But they were talking about it being in New York and New York being new to the sport, and that if that fight had taken place in Vegas, that probably would not have been stopped.
Yeah, but see, I have mixed emotions about it.
I would always rather see a fighter protected than not protected, which is why I can't totally disagree with the stoppage. But that fight wouldn't have been stopped in Vegas because their athletic commission, and it's the prize fighting capital of the world, they are so well versed in all that. They have the best guys usually over there as far as the cut men and the doctors. So I don't think that would have been stopped in Vegas.
Well, it's probably going to happen again because both guys seemed more than willing to throw down one more time.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Like
it does suck.
It burst the entire bubble.
It did.
It did. Great fucking card. It ends on some bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks for both guys.
You don't want to take anything away from Masvidal either because he fucking killed it.
Yeah, well, it did. But the thing is, it sucks for both guys because Masvidal probably feels like he can't completely celebrate.
I know.
And it sucks for Nate because Nate is known for being a comeback fighter in the later rounds. And those are the rounds that got robbed from him.
Yeah.
So it sucks it sucks more for Nate, but it also sucks for Jorge because he can't fully celebrate. People are going to talk shit and all that stuff. But, I mean, both the guys seem to be cool with one another, even though they just got to have a fist fight, which is awesome. And they both seem to want to run it back. So I'm hoping they can run it back.
We'll see.
And we'll see.
We shall see.
Hopefully Nate can get some of that scar tissue removed and maybe get some fucking extra stitching in there.
To cure up that problem.
Yeah.
All right, so by the time you guys see this, we're going to have a couple new products for you.
Oh, snap.
Snap. We all know of the epic, what are they called? The ugly Christmas sweater parties that go down.
Yeah, they're a big thing, guys.
They are a thing. So we have ugly Christmas sweaters available for you. If you go down to brodownpro.com, it has all of your favorite characters.
Got the Dino line Christmas specials.
Yeah, they're a little
Show
ridiculous.
up in style. I guarantee nobody else is going to have these at your party.
No. And they are
You will stand out.
fucking tastic.
Yeah, you will stand out.
So until...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So until next time, we'll see you guys later.
You're listening to Bro Down Podcast all